Welcome to Revealing the Narc. Join me as I highlight narcissistic traits in celebrities and public figures. Everything here is in my opinion and not professional advice. If you enjoy the analysis, please like and subscribe. Today I want to talk about an article that was recently released where Meghan is talking about Thanksgiving traditions, and it's very generic and sugar-coated in my opinion. So what I want to talk about is the article itself, the words she used, and assuming that Meghan Markle is a narcissist, I want to go into why sometimes family members may sugarcoat the holiday experience when it's not true. I want to mention that I am not a therapist and I am just providing insight based on my experience with narcissists. I grew up around a lot of them, and I also married and divorced one. The article is titled, Meghan Markle Gives New Interview as She Reveals Major Family Celebration Within Days. Meghan Markle has given a new interview during a new solo appearance ahead of the holidays. This is not very good writing. Maybe I should have been a magazine editor or article editor, because new interview and a new solo appearance is too much. The article continues. Meghan Markle has opened up about celebrating Thanksgiving this week with her husband, Prince Harry, and their two children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, in a new interview. The Duchess of Sussex spoke to Marie Claire and revealed how her own family will be celebrating this year's festivities. The interview took place at a holiday dinner in California back in October in celebration of Archewell Foundation's Welcome Project, an initiative that was launched in 2023 which aims to support programs for women who have resettled in the U.S. from Afghanistan. So even though this event took place in October of this year, it's only this week that these pictures are coming out. So that already is quite suspicious, right? So this is over a month later. The other thing I want to mention is that the way Meghan will describe Thanksgiving may be actually different than what is going to happen, because a long time has passed from October through now. And I mean, we are taking this article at face value, okay? We're going to assume everything that it says is true. If it's true that in October, Meghan was saying that they're going to have this beautiful holiday all together as a family, the last 3-4 weeks have been quite different. I don't think Harry and Meghan have been seen together since September 14, when they went to, I think the last thing we saw was of them attending Tyler Perry's birthday party, and in those pictures he was just in the car. I know that there's speculation that maybe that wasn't even him. But yeah, let's continue this article. The article continues. She said, we're always making sure we have something fun to do. Like any other family, you spend time having a great meal, and then what do? Play games, all the same stuff. Someone brings a guitar. Fun. When I read this, I immediately thought Maria von Trapp, Sound of Music. It just sounds so fictional. And I know Sound of Music is based on a true story, but the way Meghan is describing it just sounds so insincere. It's just very hard to believe that this is actually how they spend their holidays. The article continues. The Duchess added that she makes sure her two children can get to experience the magic of traditions, like great recipes that they end up connecting to a formative memory at Thanksgiving, or putting out carrots for the reindeer at Christmas. Again, this is incredibly generic. I don't know how young children, as young as Archie and Lily are allegedly, why they would be interested in recipes. I don't know. I doubt that very much. And also, carrots for the reindeer? Is that something people do? I mean, I know that when I was with my stepchildren, we would leave reindeer food out, but I don't remember it being carrots. I remember it being some type of grain or something. If any of you know, please drop it in the comments, but who leaves carrots out for the reindeer? It's just very strange. Like, if you were going to tell that story, you would say you would leave cookies out for Santa, right? Like, that's a more logical or a more, upfront story that you would tell. It's just, this adds to the insincerity of this article. It just doesn't make sense. The article continues, she said, every single holiday is a new adventure. To me, this is a sentence that is a waste of time. There is no new information that's conveyed. It's a platitude. For everybody, every single holiday is a new adventure. Would you not say that? So to me, this sentence is a waste of time. It's a waste of what I read. It's a waste of me talking to you about it because this is all kind of common sense information. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. The article continues, for Thanksgiving, the Sussexes like to keep things always pretty low-key, according to the Duchess, who emphasized the importance of being close to her mom, saying, being close to my mom is great. Again, another platitude, another sentence that means nothing. Anyone who has a good relationship with their mother would say the same thing. So it's incredibly disingenuous, and these are the things that feel off about these sentences. So now what I want to do is talk a little bit about how narcissists may describe or sugarcoat their description of their holiday experience, what some reasons may be that they might do this, and I'll try to provide some examples to see if it sounds like something you yourself may have experienced. I want to mention that in my opinion, Meghan Markle is a narcissist, allegedly, and I also want to say I actually think specifically she's a malignant narcissist. I say this because my stepmother is a malignant narcissist. These are not words that I would use lightly to describe someone. Okay, so the first reason is to maintain a perfect image. We know that narcissists, they prioritize public perception. They would use vague and glowing descriptions of the holidays to appear flawless. They would be doing this because they don't want to be judged if the real details don't align to what they are showing the world. So Meghan's vague statements like, oh, it's something fun to do, it ensures that no one can question her personal holiday reality. An example that we may relate to is if we have a narcissistic family member that tells everyone Thanksgiving was amazing and just perfect, but the people that were there remember awkward silences, they remember arguments. The goal isn't honesty, but creating an idealized image for anyone that is listening to this story. The second reason is to control the narrative. Generic descriptions allow narcissists to dictate how the day is perceived without exposing specifics that could cause them to be criticized. This lets them dodge questions or concerns while they are still able to maintain control. So, for example, Meghan saying, we play games, avoids anyone probing too deeply into what they really do or don't do together. A real-life example of this could be that when asked about how the family spent Thanksgiving, a narcissist might say, oh, it was so special, lots of fun traditions, but they avoid mentioning the actual chaos or the tension at the table. A third reason could be that they want to evoke admiration and envy. By portraying Thanksgiving as a magical and joyous experience, narcissists are trying to inspire admiration from others, or they are trying to make others envious of them. They avoid mundane details that might make them seem human. So an example with Meghan demonstrated in this article is that she highlights formative memories for the children. It sounds admirable, but it lacks specific, and it doesn't that sentence doesn't mean anything, right? So I think she's trying to get people to admire her and what a great mother she is, but she's not really giving any information. So another example of this could be that a narcissistic person that posts on social media, so grateful for another magical Thanksgiving with family, such a blessing. Meanwhile, those who are there know that the turkey was burned and they argued about politics. So all of it is to try to get people to either admire them for who they are or to become envious of them. A fourth reason is to keep emotional distance. Narcissists often don't share authentic emotions. A vague description lets them avoid real vulnerability while still appearing open and warm. So with Meghan saying generic traditions like great recipes sidestep any need to share deeper family dynamics. Another example of this could be when a narcissist asks about how they feel about the holiday, they would reply, oh, it's always a time for gratitude and love, but they never mention specific moments or connections that mattered. And finally, narcissists may be doing this to highlight themselves. Even in generic sentences, narcissists subtly center themselves. For instance, they might emphasize how they made the holiday magical rather than focusing on the collective family. So Meghan emphasizing personal efforts like making sure there's something fun to do redirects the focus to Meghan's actions rather than what the family actually experienced. Another example of this could be a narcissistic parent saying, "We made sure the kids had the best time. Everything was perfect because of our hard work." So in my opinion, the way Meghan was talking in this article was incredibly generic and sugar-coated. And I think these are the reasons why, that she's trying to keep emotional distance. She's trying to make people admire her. She's trying to control the narrative. And she's trying to show that there's this perfect image. But what she's saying doesn't make sense. And the words she's using, I think you could consider word salad, right? Like, what are formative memories? I've never heard of I've never heard of that before. So I mean, I don't think I'm ignorant about it, but I don't think that I would describe childhood memories in that way. It just seems very contrived, rehearsed, that she had already planned how she was going to answer these questions beforehand. So I'm interested to know in what you all think about this. If this was interesting to you, please like and subscribe. Please leave me comments. I apologize if I don't respond. I try my best to respond to as many as I can. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you all soon. Goodbye.